Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a stack. And I'm going to put 0, which is going to be our original function call, which is we want to send in the number 3, which is this. We're then going to do our first function call, which is calculate number minus 1. So we're going to be sending in calculate minus 1. So number is 3, take away 1, it gives us 2. So this would be 2. This will be 2. I'm then going to run this part again. So 2 take away 1 would be 1. So it'll be sending in 1. This will be 1. So the second time we call it, it'll be 1. This will be 1. But notice we're not doing anything with this bit yet until we unwind. Let me just erase that. So the third time we call it, it's 1 take away 1, which gives us 0. So we're patting in 0 here. It then checks it against here. And now we get negative 10. So we've now reached our base case. So what happens now? Well, we're now going to start to unwind. I'm going to pop the base case. We don't need this anymore. Oops. Whatever. And we know that by doing all of this, we got to negative 10, which is our base case. Where's the eraser? There. So from now on, this is going to be negative 10. So as it's negative 10, we're then going to multiply it by the number. Now, in our stack, the last number we entered in was 1. Well, it was actually 0, but 0 was the base case. So the one before that was 1. So I'm going to take 1. So this is 1. I'm going to multiply it by negative 10. And that gives us negative 10. We're then going to pop this. And our data is still 10. The next in our stack is 2. Multiply that by negative 10, it gives us negative 20. So number is now negative 20. And let's pop it. The final one was the original number 3. So 3 multiplied by negative 20 gives us negative 60, and that is our final return value. So the first time we call it, we're going to do calculate, and it's going to be num. I'm going to do num for number. So what does num represent? Let me just erase this. Sorry, it's not going to be num. It's going to be the value. Which is 3. The second time we call it, it'll be num, which is 3 minus 1, so it'll be 2. The third time we call it, it'll be calculate num minus 1, which is 1. And the fourth time we call it, it'll be num 0, and then it checks it against this. Is number 0 false, 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 true? So what? Our return value will be 3 multiplied by calculate 2, because that's what 3 minus 1 would have given us, 2. Then this one would be 2 multiply calculate 1. then we'll have 1 multiplied by calculate the 0. So we're going to have 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 which then multiplied by minus 10, which gives us minus 60. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Minus 10. I jumped ahead. So by running all of these, this is what we get in our returns. Then what we're going to do is we do our 3 times 2 times 1 times negative 10, which gives us the negative 60. So my first method of showing you was to get to that. This is how many times it's scored, this is what's being scored, this is if it's false or true, and this is a return value based upon us running this here. The next time, the time after, the time after. So the first time, obviously it's going to be calculate 3. So when we return it, it's going to be 3 minus 1, which is 2.